Lake Mungo, a window into Australia's ancient past. Exploring archaeology, fossils, and Aboriginal heritage. Welcome to AnthroNet Academy. A study aligned with the UGC NET Anthropology syllabus. Watch it till the end to know important questions. Introduction to Lake Mungo. Located in New South Wales, Australia. Part of the Willandra Lakes World Heritage Area. Once a large freshwater lake, now a dry basin. Known for its rich archaeological discoveries. Home to some of the oldest human remains in Australia. Important site for studying Aboriginal history. Evidence of climate change over millennia. Managed by traditional Aboriginal owners and researchers. Tourism and conservation efforts in the area. The Willandra Lakes region. A system of ancient, interconnected lakes. Dried up over 15,000 years ago. Contains dunes, sediments, and fossil evidence. Key site for studying environmental history. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Home to significant megafauna remains. Aboriginal people inhabited the region for over 50,000 years. Lake Mungo is the most famous of the lakes. Preserved evidence of ancient human activities. Mungo Man, the oldest Australian? Discovered in 1974 by Jim Bowler, a geologist. Skeleton of an adult male, estimated to be 42,000 years old. Oldest known human remains in Australia. Shows signs of ritual burial practices. Body was covered with ochre, a significant cultural practice. Evidence of an early and complex society. Helped redefine the timeline of human migration. Raised ethical questions about repatriation. Returned to Aboriginal custodians in 2017. Mungo Lady, a ritual burial. Discovered in 1969 by Jim Bowler. Cremated remains of an adult female. Dates back approximately 40,000 years. Among the earliest evidence of cremation worldwide. Suggests spiritual and ceremonial practices. Found alongside hearths and stone tools. Supports the idea of a sophisticated culture. Studied for decades before being repatriated. Important in understanding early funeral rites. Aboriginal heritage and connection. Lake Mungo is sacred to Aboriginal communities. Traditional owners include the Muthi Muthi, Pakonji, and Giampa peoples. Oral histories passed down for thousands of years. Cultural traditions linked to the land and ancestors. Evidence of ancient fire use and cooking techniques. Protection of the site is a priority for Aboriginal leaders. Balancing archaeology with cultural sensitivity. Importance of repatriation of human remains. Visitors learn about Dreamtime stories and Aboriginal traditions. Human migration and Lake Mungo. Lake Mungo supports theories of early human migration. People arrived in Australia at least 50,000 years ago. Likely migrated from Southeast Asia. Supported by genetic and archaeological evidence. Early Australians adapted to harsh conditions. Used stone tools and controlled fire. Hunter-gatherer lifestyle shaped by climate. Lake Mungo provides one of the oldest habitation sites. Climate change and Lake Mungo's transformation. Once a large freshwater lake. Dried up around 15,000 years ago due to climate change. Wind and water erosion shaped the landscape. Formation of lunettes, crescent-shaped dunes. Shifting ecosystems affected human and animal populations. Evidence of changing rainfall patterns. Impact on Aboriginal food sources and lifestyle. Remains of freshwater shells indicate past water levels. Modern climate studies use Lake Mungo's records. Megafauna and early human interactions. Australia's Pleistocene megafauna lived around Lake Mungo. Examples: Diprotodon, giant wombat-like marsupial; Genyurnus, large flightless bird. Coexisted with early humans for thousands of years. Possible hunting by humans contributed to extinctions. Fire and environmental changes also played a role. Fossilized footprints suggest interactions. Debate over human responsibility for megafauna extinction. Some species survived longer in certain regions. Discovery of megafauna bones near Aboriginal sites. Stone tools and technological innovation. Stone artifacts found near Lake Mungo date back 40,000 plus years. Early Australians used tools for hunting and food processing. Flint, quartz, and silkrete were commonly used materials. Some tools designed for cutting, scraping, and grinding. Hearth remains suggest controlled fire use. Changes in tool design over thousands of years. Evidence of long-distance trade networks. Grinding stones suggest early plant processing. Comparison with other global Paleolithic tools. Rock art and symbolism in Aboriginal culture. No rock art at Lake Mungo itself, but surrounding regions have carvings. Nearby sites contain hand stencils and Dreamtime imagery. Aboriginal art is one of the oldest continuous artistic traditions. Symbols represent water, animals, and spirits. Art used for storytelling and spiritual practices. Connection between oral traditions and rock engravings. Some sites considered sacred and restricted. Rock art linked to early hunting and social groups. Modern Aboriginal artists continue the tradition. The role of geology in archaeological discoveries. Lake Mungo's unique landscape preserves ancient remains. Stratified soil layers help date fossils and artifacts. Lunette formations show climate shifts over time. Geologists use erosion patterns to study past environments. Fossilized pollen provides evidence of ancient vegetation. Sand and clay layers help in radiocarbon dating. Geology assists in understanding human occupation patterns. Erosion occasionally exposes new archaeological sites. Scientists use ground-penetrating radar for studies. Scientific controversies and dating methods. Radiocarbon dating initially estimated Mungo Man at 20,000 years old. Later methods suggested over 40,000 years old. Debate over accuracy of dating techniques. Optical dating used to analyze sand layers. Disagreement among scientists on human arrival timeline. Some theories suggest even earlier human presence. Ethical concerns about excavation and disturbance of remains. New research methods continue to refine age estimates. Importance of interdisciplinary research, archaeology plus geology. Summary and key takeaways. Lake Mungo is one of the oldest inhabited sites in Australia. Archaeological finds include Mungo Man, Mungo Lady, and stone tools. Climate change transformed the lake over thousands of years. Aboriginal heritage is central to site management. Scientific dating methods remain a topic of debate. Conservation efforts balance tourism and protection. UNESCO status ensures international recognition. Ethical considerations influence archaeological work. Future research will continue to uncover new insights. Questions related to the topic. Why is Lake Mungo considered a key archaeological site? How do the Willandra Lakes help us understand climate change? What does Mungo Man tell us about early human culture? Why was Mungo Lady's burial so significant? How do Aboriginal perspectives shape our understanding of Lake Mungo? What role does Lake Mungo play in migration studies? What does Lake Mungo reveal about ancient climate change? Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, AnthroNet Academy, for more insightful content on anthropology. Stay safe and connected.